But this was not just any fourth quarter. This was the fourth quarter. This is the one that should have been USC's turning point. In previous era and previous years for Lincoln Riley, this is where USC falls by the wayside. This was supposed to be the one moment, the moment that, hey, folks would look back a decade from now as proof of USC's transcendence into that upper echelon of college football. I don't think it's overstating it, the importance of this moment in this game, this season, this drive. And of course, we fumble on a damn trick play. Come on, SC. Come on, Lincoln Riley. He owned the play call. And come on, Mekhi Lemon, too. We got to hold the players accountable as well. You got to understand the situation. It's raining. You got gloves on. It's probably slick. Take the gloves off. I don't care if it makes it a decoy giveaway for the trick play. But anyways, I'll break it down. And actually, let me break it down here real quick because it'll be a good segue. All right, so we're going. USC's faking the inside zone to the left, reverse to the right, and they're trying to get Jacoby Lane on a little fake and then release down the field. That's the very common trick play. Nothing's groundbreaking. I have like 3 issues with this play. The first one is, why are you sliding the offensive line to the right and then you're going zone read to the left? The reason that matters is this safety and this linebacker for Notre Dame, they aren't threatened one bit by the zone read to the left. If you're going to if you're going to fake the zone read and pull a reverse, and then, oh, by the way, you want time for a non-quarterback to throw the ball, you have to get these defenders flying this way. And I'll play the play, and you'll see the flow of the offensive line. Look at this, though. Yes, you're pulling a guard. The whole flow of the offensive line is going this way. I think that's Alani Noah. I know you're pulling him to the left. But gosh, I don't like that design. Left hash column, I like that. I don't like the design there. The flow. These linebackers for Notre Dame, they're going this way. They're not fooled at all. Also speaks to USC not being able to get the run game going. That's the first thing I don't like. Second thing I don't like. All right, we got to hold a player accountable. Yes, bad call by Lincoln Riley. I respect that he owned this in the media room. Mekhi Lemon. You're supposed to be a first-round NFL receiver, or that's how he views himself. Right here, you know the play is a crapshoot. First off, take your gloves off. It's raining. Those that don't know, gloves that are made for dry 3:30 p.m. kickoff in the Coliseum are not meant for a rainy South Bend day. Take your gloves off. And if they're going to be on, if they're going to be on, know that this cannot happen. That this is the coaching point. And then I'll flip it on the coaches as well. Bad coaching because you have to ingrain it. We had this trick play with Sark, Helton, Kiffin, all the guys. The coaching point right here is Mekhi Lemon. If this is not open, throw it away. Throw it or run. Like, why is he even trying to throw this ball? Like, this is not open at all when you look down the field. Second thing I don't like, Jacoby Lane, what are we doing here? We're like, I get you're covered. He's not even attempting to run a route here. Look at 8 on the bottom of the screen. He's just kind of lackadaisical. Burst, nothing, and then just kind of turns around. Help a brother out. Cut towards the sideline. Flash your hands. Come towards the ball. Run downfield. Don't just stand there doing nothing. His fault, coaching fault, I don't know. That's the second area. So there's the Mekhi Lemon issue. There is the Jacoby Lane help me out a little bit. And then from here, you just cannot throw the ball. Run, live to fight another day. It also looks like he kind of has small hands. I don't know. That was terrible. That was terrible call, terrible execution. Those are 2 veteran receivers. They got to have better football awareness on the road. Just terrible all around by the USC program. And the reason this is so frustrating is not the fact that there's a gap between USC and the college football playoff contenders like Notre Dame. It's so frustrating because that gap is so small, so small. But still, the gap is why Lincoln Riley decided to go with this play. If you believed that you could be the enforcer in a moment like this, in a rivalry game on the road, you don't feel the need to go gimmicky with a trick play. So it's a two-part frustration. It does feel like USC is closer than they've been in years past in terms of a physicality standpoint. I know the USC fans listening, I'm like, Max, we're still far away. It reminds me of Clay Helton. It doesn't remind you of Clay Helton. This feels different than Clay Helton. We all know that. But there's that, and then the fact that you felt the need to go towards a trick play. When you look at the final AP poll rankings the past few years, it's Notre Dame clearly has the edge. There was the flash in 2022 with Caleb Williams. This was supposed to be the year that they can get in there, get in that contention. I'm still not waving the white flag. I think USC has a roster that could find a backdoor way into the college football playoff. I do. Even if you lose to Oregon, but they've got a lot of work to do, and they've got even more work to do to get into that upper tier where you're actually, there's levels to it. There's getting to the CFP, and then there's actually contending for a national title. USC's got work to do to even get into the CFP contention, and they've got even more work to do to get from a national title contention. But the reality is, if you don't have that trick play and USC wins that game, the entire narrative is completely different. My next segment's going to be about the Notre Dame run game. Here's the issue with the USC run game. This is literally the first play of the game. It's supposed to be physical, supposed to be a different mentality. USC is going to run to the offense's left. They're going to pull guard out. He gets beat. And then your tight end, Lake McCree, who's motioning down, he's responsible for this linebacker. He gets destroyed as well. It's unfortunate leverage for Lake McCree, so hard for any tight end. But that's an area, and I'll get to this. This concept is one that Notre Dame ran and dominated USC in the run game. It's a concept that USC's offense tried to run, wants to run, had no success against the Notre Dame defensive line. I'll show you the all-22 footage, and then I'll get to the back view as well. Right here, you're pulling a guard across. He's kicking out this defensive end. This defensive end wins this battle. He offensive line-wise, you got to kick this defensive end out. Defensive end-wise, you got to hold your ground and not get thrown out at the club. Notre Dame wins this matchup. And then Lake McCree, coming from the tight end spot over here, is responsible for blocking this backer, and this backer destroys him. Notre Dame's tight ends consistently beat USC's defensive ends in the run game. Vice versa was not true for USC. Look at this. Loss, no yard gain. Excellent run defense by Notre Dame. They're fired up. That was literally the first play of the game. The flip side, when you look at Notre Dame, they outrushed USC 306 yards to just 68 for USC. 107 of Jeremiah Love's 228 rushing yards were after contact. This right here, though, is his boy, Jadarian Price. And this is an example of USC getting out of their run game, or out of their gap slots. I just show you an example of Notre Dame's front seven giving it to USC's offensive line. Here's Notre Dame's offensive line giving it to USC's front seven. Guard kicking out here on 6. He gets destroyed. Tight end pulling around. It's going to lead up here on this linebacker. Both USC defenders. It's almost like USC, and I noticed this when we played at Notre Dame back in the day. It's almost like USC defenders go into South Bend, and there's just a sense of being timid. Like there's not that aggressive, violent, I'm going to make a play. It's almost like they've been ingrained the whole week to stay in their gap. But they get almost timid in the hole, and they're not physical. They're not playing ball. And what's his name? Burst through. Jadarian Price. We just saw this look from USC. Now Notre Dame's going to give it to the Trojans. Guard kicking out on this end right here. Tight end coming back around and blocking this linebacker right here. If you're these two USC defenders, come make a play. Come be physical. Yes, be in your gap. That's okay. But be violent with your hands. Make something happen. Because if you don't, Notre Dame's offensive line and backs are just way too good. Bop. Get to the second level. USC's inside linebackers had a real tough day. I mentioned the point about, hey, if you're confident in your bunch, you're not calling a trick play when you're driving in the fourth quarter. If you're confident in the physicality of your team, which is what we were preached to for so long, you're also not calling a play action pass on 4th and 1 when it's rainy and you're only giving your quarterback one option. So right here, you guys saw it. They're going to, I forget if it's a play action left or play action right, but it's going to be play action. And they've got Lake McCree, I believe, I forget what time it is, but they got a tight end out into the flat here. Only one option. Don't like the play call. You can see the push that the Notre Dame defensive line gets, so it's honestly like a good thing they at least gave themselves a shot, because I don't think a dive would have worked either. But then I also don't like, and I didn't mean this to be the Makai Lemon, because Makai Lemon's a stud, but he does nothing on this play. And I don't know, maybe this is bad coaching. Maybe he's not even in the route concept and he's supposed to block. But if you're a first-round receiver, give me something. Get a corner. Flash your hands. Do something. Try to make a play. Try to help out your quarterback. He's got nothing there. You roll out. I mean, again, Notre Dame's not even threatened at all. You got 2 ND defenders here. Lake McCree is the only receiver in this progression. You got Makai Lemon doing whatever he's doing here, and Jayden Maiava just can't make something happen. Frustrating play calls, execution by USC. A lot of opportunities to ultimately get that win on the road in South Bend, which I was telling my wife in the car today, the last time USC beat Notre Dame in South Bend, right, if I'm not mistaken, was the game that I was getting recruited off of. When I was a recruit, 2011, junior in high school, that's the peak recruiting year, the game that they would literally show highlights of, like in the Coliseum, was Jawanza Starling scoop and score 2011 to the house. That was like, oh, you come to USC, you can win these games. And then, shit, maybe I'm the curse. Sorry, SC fans who are seeing or who have not seen a win in the past, 14 years in South Bend.